Bro. Okay, let's move on to 2 Wild Wednesdays.
Yes.
Let
I
me
seen
get
some of these. I'm ready for these.
let me get mine. Let me get the polls up. What we got for this week, man? What we got for this week? It was a whole lot of wild shit.
It was. It was.
It was people trying to DM me too because they wanted to get posted on the page. They was like, "Hey man, post this right here." I'm like, "Hey,
We,
y'all
we can
trying to
start.
get it
We can start doing that. We can definitely start doing that.
Yeah, bro. So I definitely rock with the interaction. I definitely appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that. All right. So the first one is the Cowboys will not make the playoffs without Dak Prescott. Too wild or not too wild?
I think I voted too wild on that. I trust Andy Dalton. We seen what he was able to still produce with only AJ Green in the Bengals when he was there. So I feel like he's talented enough to lead a stat wide receiver group to the playoffs. Now, how far they go, whether they get past one game or not, I don't know right now. But they can definitely still make it, especially with how trash the division is.
I think the Cowboys made the playoffs because I think they will end up going more with the running game than they did with Dak. They were leaning on Dak way too much throughout.
And I tweeted after the game. No, I tweeted literally when Zeke scored his touchdown right after Dak got hurt. It was like 2 plays after Dak got hurt that Zeke scored. I was like, Zeke, you got to put the team on your back right now.
Yeah,
got to.
Go along with the weapons. Andy Dalton is a serviceable to solid quarterback. It's like you could easily, especially like he just said, in the NFC East, where I think Dallas just got their second win, so they're the only team with 2 wins at this point. It's just like it should be a cakewalk for y'all right now,
Literally.
especially giving Ezekiel Elliott the ball more. So definitely not too wild on that one. Ooh, Kevin Stefanski, which is the Browns head coach, will win Coach of the Year.
No, too wild.
Now, you only saying too wild because you want Gruden to get in.
I got Gruden winning it, so it's too wild.
No, boy, I'm giving that thing. I'm not too wild. But what I'm seeing, like I said, MVP with Myles Garrett, changing the offense, going with a more run base with the Browns, and you still getting OBJ his little 5 to 6 touches a game. Stefanski, Coach of the Year. He's making it work. Give it to Stefanski. The Raiders are legit Super Bowl contenders in the AFC.
I said too wild on there. Yeah.
Definitely too wild. We already talked about it. The 49ers made a mistake by not trying to sign Tom Brady.
Now, this is something that I did not agree with months ago when we talked about it, but now I voted not too wild, but I'm still torn. I'm torn between too wild and not too wild with that because it's on one hand, it's Brady. Like that's an automatic possible Super Bowl contention with at least within 2 years. Like that's a possible Super Bowl contention and victory if you play your cards right. But at the same time, Father Time is not on Brady's side right now. So staying young and trying to find something new, I can't fault you for that. So that's why I'm still on the fence. But I did vote not too wild for that.
Oh yeah, and
based off of what I'm seeing now.
And I haven't been telling y'all the percentages. For the Cowboys, it was 54% not too wild. For the Stefanski one, it was 67% not too wild. And for the Raiders one, it was 70% too wild. And for this one, 62% not too wild, my G. Not too wild. And I agree, it's not too wild. Especially after what you seeing with Jimmy G right now getting benched against the Dolphins after getting dusted by the Dolphins. Oh, no, I know Dolphins is up and coming, but getting dusted by them is crazy, bro. It's crazy.
I will admit, Jimmy G, I was for you during Super Bowl time, and I said you a game manager. Just manage the game. You are now out of that phase. You are now not allowed to be a game manager anymore. You have to step it up to the next level now. Like last season and in the Super Bowl, you were kind of able to be just a game manager because of the talent you had around you, but now you're dealing with injuries everywhere. Now you don't have Emmanuel Sanders anymore. So it's kind of like you got to step it up. You have no excuse but to step it up now. So game manager tag out of the window. I mean, they have weapons, but it's like, they definitely could get better.
Yeah, they can, but they have enough weapons that Jimmy G should be getting loose, and he's not. So I think Tom Brady will be getting loose with the weapons that they have right now. It's nothing that Brady could do about the defensive side of the ball because the defense still got hella injuries.
Yep.
Bosa, Thomas, I think Richard Sherman still hurt too. So it's nothing that he can do about that side of the ball. But offensively, they haven't been looking good all season, period. And I think Brady would have changed that. And I think you probably could have drafted a quarterback behind Brady this year maybe to get mentored by Brady, I would say. So I say not too wild. Next one. Aaron Donald will win Defensive Player of the Year and break the single season sack record. How you feeling? Too wild, not too wild?
I said too wild with that because I got you said he was going to win Defensive Player of the Year in that.
And get the sacks record. Yep.
I said that was too wild because I got Tre'Davious White winning Defensive Player of the Year, but I don't think it's too wild for him breaking a single season sack record. I don't think that's too wild.
Let me see. I'm trying to look at that boy's sacks right now. Let me see.
So I say half of that for me was too wild, and half of it wasn't too wild.
Yeah, because he had 4 sacks against Washington. Oh, that's how he got up there.
Yeah,
he got. Yeah, that's why. Okay, so he's at 7.5.
He was eating that O-line up, boy. I was like, damn.
Okay, so he's at 7.5 sacks right now.
Just imagine lining up in front of that man every play. Like you just
obviously it wasn't good for the.
You just know it ain't finna end right, man.
Damn, bro. So shout out to him. They say he's on pace to break the record, which is at 22, and I think he's on pace for like 23.
He could definitely do that.
Especially how he plays. So I put not too wide. I think he can get it. Even though I think Myles Garrett is somebody who is high up there in the MVP conversation and is probably the leading candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. I think Darnold will get more sacks than Garrett. And I think that's what people look at more when it comes to the Defensive Player of the Year races. Moving on. DK Metcalf is the best wide receiver in the league right now. Too wild or not too wild?
That's not too wild because I put that poll up right after the Seattle and who they played.
You said top 3.
Top 3. No, but I'm saying like I agree with that post still because the reason I made that was because in my head I was like he low-key the best receiver in the league right now, but let me just say top 3 for the poll so that way it don't sound too crazy. But I agree right now he the top receiver in the league. I don't see nobody else other than D-Hop. D-Hop looking nice right now, but I give it to Metcalf right now. And I'm glad we on this topic because let me say this before you talk. Hot take. DK Metcalf.
Don't say what I think you about to say.
DK Metcalf.
Do not say what you're about to say. I know what you're about to say.
No, you don't. You don't know what I'm going to say.
It's so disrespectful. Do not say what I think you're about to say.
DK Metcalf will be this generation's Metcalf.
No!
He will be this.
Stop saying that. Stop
he will
saying
be. No. DK Metcalf will be this generation's Calvin Johnson.
No. I'm not agreeing. I'm not agreeing at all, bro.
The size, the similar speed, the hands, and the strength. Tell me that don't remind you of Calvin Johnson. Tell me it doesn't.
Nope.
Hey, you better open your eyes, bro. I see. I'm telling you right now.
I agree that he's a top 3 receiver. But to put him up with a great like Megatron.
I'm saying for this generation. That's the
generation. This nigga Megatron is this generation.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
Megatron
not.
just retired a couple years ago.
Okay, so he's not this generation. What are you talking about?
This generation. 3 years ago is not. What are you talking about?
Metcalf finna be in the league for like the next 10 years. Like, so he's this generation's Megatron.
Get out of here. I don't agree.
Man.
Too wild on that tape. Too wild on that tape.
It's a hot take, but it's true
on that
same time. I bet I get people. This is gonna be the clip that we put. Too
wild. I seen that somewhere. I don't know who tweeted it or who retweeted it, but I seen that before, and that's why I knew you was about to say.
I didn't even see that tweet. I thought this on my own.
I seen a tweet that said that same thing, and I said, hell no. They disrespect. You gotta understand.
It's not disrespectful.
You gotta understand. Just because somebody has the same height and the same speed does not mean that he's going to be on the
It's not
same
just height and
greatness
speed,
level
bro.
as him.
I
Yes, it
see
is.
similar,
Y'all comparing them because of their size and speed.
and I'm seeing the same ability, bro. When it comes to the route running, with the way he can catch on multiple people, you can't tell me
they
that
don't
don't
even
remind you
have
of
the same
Megatron.
type of game.
Man,
He can't go up and get that ball like Calvin Johnson. You ain't gonna tell me that.
he's showing it similarly.
You ain't gonna tell me that. He's a great. Go ahead. He's
It's
a great.
not the exact same. Like, obviously, Calvin Johnson nobody can do it like him, but DK Metcalf the closest thing to that. You can't deny that. You can't deny that, bro. You can't.
You changing your statement.
No, I'm not.
You said the closest thing. You went from saying next, the closest thing.
He's the next generation. He's this generation's Calvin Johnson. That's not saying he's literally Calvin Johnson. That's not saying that.
I still think
that's exactly how people say Kobe was this generation's Michael Jordan. Obviously, there's differences to where Jordan can still be deemed better, but you can't say Kobe wasn't this generation's Michael Jordan. So I feel like DK Metcalf will be this generation's Calvin Johnson.
So you're telling me that DK Metcalf will be a top 5 receiver, top 10 receiver of all time by the end of his career.
No, I'm just.
Then why are we having this conversation?
No, I'm talking.
Why are we having this combo?
I'm talking off pure talent. Like, I'm talking
about
that
size and speed.
No, but you throwing in, will he be this at the end of his career? No, I'm talking about pure talent of what we're seeing him play like right now. It reminds you of Calvin Johnson. Now, in the next 5 years, if you ask me, do I think he'll be like top 10 receiver or whatever? I'll give a more definitive answer then. But he only in season 2 right now? So I'll wait till,
I said 2 or 3. I don't forgot.
Yeah, I think he's in season 2 right now. But catch me when he in year 5, I'll give a more definitive answer on whether I think he'll be that far in his career to be in the greats like that. But as of right now, bro, he reminds me of Calvin Johnson. Can't nobody tell me different. I guarantee you a lot more people agree with me.
I don't agree.
We'll put this clip.
We shouldn't be having this conversation if you don't think he will be a top 5 to top 10 receiver of all time. I don't think we should have this combo.
I mean, it's still early in his career. I don't know if I want to give that tag.
What do you think?
Right now, I don't know if he'll be a top 5, top 10 receiver in the league.
But with Calvin Johnson, you've seen it off the bat, bro. It's just some different natural shit that he has.
It is. That's what I'm saying.
He's a physical freak. Don't get me wrong. Metcalf is, but Calvin Johnson was just built different, bro. The jumping ability, the way you could just throw it up against 3 niggas and
you can do that with Metcalf. You don't see that with Metcalf? You tripping, bro. Oh my gosh.
Metcalf is a technical route runner, but he don't go up and get that ball like my man.
You ain't been watching him enough.
He don't go up and get that ball like my man do.
Man, all right. You keep watching.
No, you ain't been watching.
Keep watching.
He's a good route runner, dominant route runner. Trust me, he gonna get open. But you telling me?
You remind me of Megatron. I'm telling you, bro. You'll see.
Oh my, Megatron is a top 3 receiver all time.
I'm not taking that away from him. I'm not. I'm not dismissing any of what you're saying. But I'm telling you, I see the talent in DK Metcalf, bro. I see it.
I see the talent too. I'm gonna stop. I see the talent, but when y'all throw somebody like Megatron in there, that's when it kind of get personal because Megatron was.
But think about it this way, bro. Since Megatron, we haven't seen anybody else like him. So the fact that this is the first person that I'm actually bringing up, it can't be you. You know I'm coming for real. Because it's not like this is the second or third person we've tried to say is somewhat like him. No, this is the first person I can think of that is showing me true Megatron type shit for real. I haven't seen any other receiver other than DK Metcalf make me look and say, damn, he reminded me of Calvin, bro, for real.
I need more time. I can't give it to him right now, bro. It's too early. Bro.
I'll accept that.
I can't give it to him. I haven't seen Megatron. Is he a physical freak? Yes. Megatron, I haven't seen Megatron vibes, bro. So I'm gonna wait a year or two before I hop.
I understand that. I understand.
Before I consider this conversation, is he a top 3 wide receiver in the league right now? I think yes, he's behind D-Hop. So I would put 2 Wild for that poll.
Yeah.
But yes, that's a good question though. That was a good debate question. I just can't go with it right now.
We can put that on Twitter too. We can put that on Twitter.
All right, and that was 70 or 67% 2 Wild for the decaf is the best wide receiver. 67% 2 Wild.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, they already know.
That's probably because niggas got not decaf, but D-Hop at 1, probably.
Yeah. The Steelers are the most complete team in the NFL. 2 Wild or not 2 Wild?
I said 2 Wild, but they're not far off. Who I have as the most complete team right now would be Seattle.
Their defense is terrible.
I got Seattle.
I have the Steelers. I honestly put this because it's been really tough. Because I truly do not like Big Ben. So it's tough for me to give him credit. But he has been looking solid. So I'll have to give that man his due. He's been looking good. And you already know that defense is top 3. Damn, might be number 1 in the league. So if you put that together in a playoff run, I think it looks good how they playing. They got the smash and dash type of backfield with Benny Snell and James Conner now. I like what I'm seeing with that offense, man. And they got the weapons too. So it's just like I think that's the most complete team. The most complete team. I feel like it was the Ravens a couple of weeks ago. It was the Chiefs the week after that, after they smashed the Ravens. But right now, after everything I've seen through 5 weeks, gotta give it to the Steelers right now. Got to. So who would you say? Who do you say?
I said Seattle.
Yeah. All right. And that was 53% 2 Wild. So
that was a close one.
Very close. Very close. Alex Smith will be the starting quarterback for Washington through the rest of the season.
Oh, wait. Ain't got no choice. Not 2 Wild.
They could go back to Haskins.
Not 2 Wild. not 2 Wild. I like Haskins. I got respect for him. I want him to be able to play, but not 2 Wild.
Yeah, that's not 2 Wild. Moving on.
How many people voted for that one?
Oh, yeah, that was 69%, not 2 Wild. Moving on. The Colts should bench Phillip Rivers. 2 Wild or not 2 Wild?
Not 2 Wild. We talked about it. not 2 Wild.
Not 2 Wild. This had a lot of votes, too. And this was 54% not 2 Wild. So this was a close one.
Damn, that was close, too?
It was a close one because there was a lot of people in the replies was like, who are they going to replace him with? Who are they going to replace him with? And I was like, y'all don't like Brissett no more? Like, damn, we can't go back to Brissett. It was one dude under the comments. He was talking about Jacob Eason, who got drafted out of Washington. I don't really like him, but I like Jacoby. So if you want to get rid of Rivers, you got Jacoby. Because I think Phillip Rivers loses you games. Mm-hmm. Jacoby Brissett doesn't lose you games, in my opinion. He ain't going to fuck the game up.
Yeah, he keeps winning them, if anything.
Yeah, so he's not going to fuck the game up. He's not a turnover machine. And their roster is good. Like, they have the weapons. They have the backfield. They have the offensive line. They have the defense. I think their defense is number 1 in the league right now. Yeah. But Phillip Rivers is holding them back, like I said before. So I think throwing in Jacoby, if you want to go super young, I guess Eason. But I like Brissett if you want to make an immediate change right now. And I've been seeing this. And this goes along with my Trevor Lawrence theory about him going to the Jets. They said that the Jets could potentially trade Darnold to the Indianapolis Colts. Whoa. Do you like it?
Yeah. Anywhere but the Jets right now is the upside. Anywhere but the Jets. You already lost your running game with Le'Veon, so
that's fact.
Might as well just completely rebuild at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him with the Colts most.
And it's sad because Sam Darnold is supposed to be your rebuild, and you got to rebuild from your rebuild.
I don't think it would be that bad. I think Darnold could come in and actually win games because
he can, but it's like it's the Jets, so you got to rebuild from a rebuild.
Yeah. All right, bro. Let's move on. And that was 54% too wide. I don't know if I said it out yet. The AFC North and NFC South will have 3 teams that will make the playoffs. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild. I don't see the Panthers making the playoffs. So
They in 2 right now. They're looking solid. I ain't gonna count. They're looking solid.
I don't see the Panthers making the playoffs based off of their schedule as opposed to other NFC team schedules. I just don't see them being consistent enough. If they do, hey, shout out to Teddy because I like Teddy. But AFC North, shit, the way the Browns playing, I agree they might be that surprise team. So I wouldn't be surprised for the AFC North, but the NFC South, nah.
Not too wild. I think the Panthers with seven playoff spots in the NFC, I think the Panthers will get in this season, bro. Because like I said, the NFC East, garbage. The NFC North, which nobody talks about the division, mid. The Bears, you know what I'm saying? They all right. Obviously, you got Green Bay above everybody in that division. And then the NFC West, you got Seattle and Cardinals are 3.
I got the 3 teams out of there making it. So I got, not in order, but I got Seattle. Well, damn, San Francisco, I don't know no more. San
Francisco looking like some shit. But you got the Rams too, though.
The Rams. So I got Seattle, the Rams, and
the Cardinals.
And then I got the Bucks, the Saints, the Packers. And for that 7th spot, damn.
Did you say the Bears?
Nah, damn. Who would get that 7th? Ooh.
They could be battling that out right now.
Oh, who did I put? Our predictions. We could look at our predictions later. I forgot who else I put in there.
Oh, no, I got them right here, my boy. Don't even fret. I got
every team I said. I think I said at first, but I'm missing one.
Don't even fret. So who you had for the NFC? NFC, you had the Bucks, the Saints, the Cardinals, the Packers, the 49ers, the Seahawks, and the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's what it was, the Cowboys. And instead of LA, I had San Francisco, but now that San Francisco riddled with injuries, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, and I had the Bucks, Green Bay, Saints, Cowboys, 49ers, Vikings, and Cardinals. Vikings and 49ers looking like some shit. So those 2 L's. But moving on to the next one, which was Matt Ryan will be traded to the San Francisco 49ers by next season. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild. I don't like Matt Ryan like that, but he's an experienced vet. Put him around enough. I can't even say put him around enough talent because shit. But yeah, maybe it's just time. It's time for Matt Ryan to get out of Atlanta, period. So I don't see that being too wild. I feel like Atlanta needs a fresh start at quarterback. This is why I'm going to keep boosting this Cam prediction as much as possible until it happens.
I think Matt Ryan will be gone soon. They still got a lot of money tied to him, but I think the owner said he does want a fresh start at quarterback. So they will be moving off of him soon, bro. And so I would say not too wild. And that was 62% not too wild. And those were all of them for Too Wild Wednesday. So what are your rankings of